Hi guys, my name is Castillion from Far Eastern University Institute of Technology. So I'm here to discuss all about VSCO.
Visual Supply Company was founded by Joel Flory and Greg Lutz in California in 2011. It raised $40 million from investors in May 2014. In 2015, it acquired Artifact Uprising and Artisan Photo Album Company. Visual Supply Company has locations in Denver, Colorado, and Oakland, California, but is based at the Oakland site. The VSCO app allows users to capture photos in the app and edit them for fade, clarity, skin tone, tint, sharpen, saturation, contrast, temperature, and etc. In part through the use of its filters. Users can publish their photography through a journal for the public to see. Focus and exposure can be used in two ways. Tapping the screen with one finger sets your focus and exposure at a single point. To separate the focus and exposure points, tap the screen with two fingers. You'll now see two circles on the screen, one for focus and one for exposure. At the top left of the VSCO camera screen, tap the white dotted circle to open the shooting menu. A bar of icons will appear across the top of the screen. These icons allow you to change settings while you're shooting. The lightning bolt icon offers 4 different flash options. Keep tapping this flash icon to toggle through the settings. If the flash icon is pale gray, the flash is switched off. The letter A next to the flash icons indicates that automatic flash is selected, which means the flash will fire if there isn't enough light in the scene. The flash icon without a letter next to it means that the flash is set to on, and it will fire every time you take a photo. The letter T next to the flash icon means the flash is set to torch. This will give you a continuous beam of light. The second icon in the shooting menu is for grid lines, which are helpful for composing your shot. There are 4 grid lines options to choose from. Keep tapping the grid lines icon until you find the option that it best suits for your needs. If the grid lines icon is pale gray square with a cross through it, there will be no grid lines displayed on your screen. The squared grid icon as shown below is a 3x3 grid which is displayed the rule of thirds right over your screen. There are 2 ways of using the shutter button to take a photo. The first method is to press the lower gray bar with white dot to snap your picture. You don't just have to tap the white dot. Any gray part of the bar will do. The second option is to make the entire screen your shutter button. To do this, tap the shutter button in the shooting menu at the top of the screen. You can now tap anywhere on the screen to take a photo. This feature is especially useful in concerts, crowded places, and for shots that require an awkward or difficult position where you can easily reach the shutter at the bottom of the screen. To switch off the full screen shutter, tap the shutter button icon in the shooting menu at the top of the screen. In certain lighting situations, you might notice that your photo has a slight color cast, ranging anywhere from orange to blue. This is due to different light sources having different color temperatures. Color casts are particularly noticeable with artificial light sources. For example, incandescent light bulbs will give you a yellowish tone. If you ever want to lock the current white balance settings so that it doesn't change when you change the type of light you're shooting in, you can tap the WB lock icon in the shooting menu at the top of the screen. To be honest, this isn't something that you're likely to use in normal shooting situations. It's more likely that you'll want to manually adjust with white balance settings, which we'll look at in the next section. The ADV icon lets you access the advanced manual shooting options, primarily for adjusting exposure and color. When you tap ADV in the shooting menu, you'll see a small sun icon appear at the bottom left of the screen. The sun icon lets you control overall exposure of the image. Use the slider above to shutter button to reduce or increase the exposure Tap Auto on the left side of the slider to revert back to auto exposure. Tapping the sun icon at the bottom left displays a menu for more advanced shooting options. From left to right, these are exposure, white balance, manual focus, ISO, and shutter speed. Each option displays a slider for adjusting the values. The white balance slider lets you adjust the color temperature of your image. Slide right for warmer colors or left for cooler colors. Tapping auto will revert back to auto white balance. The final option in the shooting menu at the top of the screen lets you choose the color of the camera interface. Tap the icon on the far right or the shooting menu to choose either black or white camera background. To switch to the front camera to take a self-portrait, ensure the shooting menu is closed at the top of the screen. Now, you can tap the switch camera icon at the top right of the screen. After taking photos with the VSCO camera, the images will automatically appear in the library section of the app where you can view, edit, and share them. To access the VSCO library, tap the image thumbnail at the bottom right of the camera screen. The library will appear and you'll see the photos that you just took. When you're in the image library section of VSCO, you can return to the camera by tapping the bottom right icon.